Hey guys, welcome to Tropical Flower Gardening. I'm Dr. Manisha. Today's video is about growing green cardamom in your garden. Green cardamom is known as elaichi in India, and the botanical name of this plant is Elateria cardamomum. This is a tropical plant which belongs to the ginger family, and it is native to India, where the flavorful seeds of the pod of the plant is used in various Indian cuisine. Cardamom is one of the most expensive spices in the world, and India is a leading producer of this spice. The pods of this plant contain tiny black seeds, which is used as a spice, as a flavorful aromatic, as the seeds are flavorful and aromatic. The seeds are crushed and they release powerful aromatic oils which are flavorful. This plant can be easily grown in your garden in a large container as well as in the ground. Although it can be grown from the seeds, it is advisable to buy the plant, which is at least 1 year old, from a good and a reliable nursery. Cardamom is a 5 to 10 feet tall plant which thrives in partial sun. Plant grows from underground rhizomes and have rigid and erect stems and leaves up to 2 feet long. Now let us talk about the growing conditions which are ideal for growing the green cardamom in your garden. The soil. Now how should the soil be? The soil should be rich in humus and slightly acidic in nature. You need to fertilize this plant regularly with cow dung manure and neem cake to keep the plant healthy. The soil should be well draining in such a way that water should drain out easily, but the soil must remain moist constantly. You need to regularly water the plant because the plant does not tolerate drought, and the soil also needs to stay moist. The warm, humid tropical climate is most suitable for the growth of this plant, and the plant does best in partial sun. So it is a good idea to grow this plant under the canopy of a tall tree where it will receive filtered sunlight. And if you're growing this plant in the container, you should remember that in container the plant gets root bound, and this discourages the flowering of the plant. So it's a good idea to divide the rhizomes to encourage the flowering if you're growing this plant in a container. Once the plant becomes 2 to 3 years old, then the flowering starts. The flowers are tiny, white in color, and they have yellow, pink, or red strips on them. The flowers get fertilized to give rise to pods, and the pods are the ones which contain the aromatic and flavorful seeds. The pods need to be harvested by hand. An immature pod is the one which is light green in color, it is moist, and it has got white seeds. As the pod matures, it begins to turn dry. It also turns darker in color, and as it turns dry, you can also easily break it from the stem. And if you break open the pod, it will contain black seeds. So this is the right time to harvest the pods. Harvesting, as I said, is done with hands, and after you harvest the pods, you must wash them and then dry them, and you can dry them in sun or in oven, and then you can store them in an airtight container and use and enjoy the seeds, the flavorful aromatic seeds. And propagation of this plant is from division of rhizomes as well as from seeds. So guys, I've been growing this green cardamom plant in my garden for the last 2 years. This plant was gifted to me by a friend, and it started flowering sometime in June, and after a month or so I saw the flowers have got fertilized, and I think the pods are still immature. I'm waiting for the pods to become mature so that I can harvest them and I can use the very flavorful aromatic seeds. So that's it from me guys. I hope you found this video informative. Do like and share this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take care and happy gardening.